All right. Are you recording?
Sorry?
Are you recording now?
Yeah, I'm recording.
Okay. All right. So the first thing I do when I receive a file from HR is I make a copy of it. And then I just, instead of leaving it named copy, I just type over original, just in case something happens. So I'm keeping the file as they sent it to me. Okay.
Okay.
So then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move it to my hard drive because it's easier and faster for me to deal with it here versus over the network. So I'm going to move it here for now.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm going to rename it to something simple. So I will call it, I don't know, Paycode underscore insert, and maybe I give it a date, but something that I can remember. Today is the 9th, right?
The 9th, yep.
Yes. So I'll name it that. Now what I want to do is just open the file and just look at the data, see what's here. Okay, so see how she's got a lot of formatting going on and a whole bunch of color and everything.
Yeah.
You can't export the file with everything in here. But I know she has it like this to identify her people, the data that she wants to send. So the first thing we want to do is we're going to save it as a text document. So we're going to save it as the comma delimited. Okay. So it's already got the name. So we're just going to go ahead and save it. We want to keep the format, and then we're just going to close it. And then we can say save it again, whatever. Oh, that's something I was working on for work there. So now I'm going, do you have this Ultra Edit?
I used to have it. I can install it later.
Okay, so what you want to do is just find the file and just open it in an editor. Find the grab the one you just saved and just open it. Once you have it open, just close it again. That's going to remove anything left that was some kind of formatting. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're going to go back into Excel. Let me go ahead and close this because I want to save that. I was working on something for work here, so just save this. Okay. Now we're going to open up Excel and go navigate and open that file that we just saved. All right, so file, open. We were in documents. And the one we want is this one. So now when we open it, it's going to be formatted the way, oh, this is not what I wanted. Oh, hold up. File, open. All files. This is the one I want. All right, so see how it's nice and neat now?
Yeah.
It's in a text format. Okay, so we want to make sure that the data is in the columns that we need. So we have ID in the first. We don't really need name for our purpose, but we put it there for reference, just in case we got to look up people, right?
Okay.
And then this is the value that she wants to upload. We also want to make sure that any data that she has at the end for totals, we want to get rid of that. And she doesn't have it this time, so that's good.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're going to open up the interface. First, we're going to go and make sure that we're on the folder, because if you have to be in the working directory that you're getting ready to use. So I always make sure that I go to the MB working directory.
Okay.
Then the one we want is not, it's not an actual interface what we're going to use. We're going to use a link, and we're going to use it straight from within this tool. We're not even going to go in Kronos and run this. We're going to run it from here because we're going to do this manually from ourselves. Okay. So there is a link that I call Paycode Insert. Now I just got to find it. Here it is, Paycode Insert.
Okay.
And then there's a pay code delete. If you mess it up, you can delete it. You don't want to go, you don't want to go try and delete, 900 people if you loaded somebody, so you can delete stuff as well, but we can look at that later. But we want the one that says pay code insert.
Okay.
All right, so the first thing we want to do is go straight to the functions and variables area. There, we want to make sure the date that we're going to use is what's here. So in this case, this value is saying use today's date -1. So you needed to ask her, when do you want this data to appear in the time card? What date in the time card should it appear? And what pay code is supposed to be used? Do you know those answers?
Yeah, it's November 8th.
No, so Saturday?
It's Sunday.
Sunday. Okay, so then this is fine. So how this is formatted is like this. So we say calculation, take today's date, and then we're going to subtract 1 day. If we needed to be on Saturday, we would say subtract 2 days to go to that Saturday date. Okay, so those things are very important to ask her. What day in the time card should this data appear, and then what specific pay code? So what pay code does she want to have?
Let me check.
Okay.
Let me put it in the chat because it's in Spanish. Okay.
Yeah.
It's this one.
Okay, so FALL. Okay, so because everything is very touchy on how things are spelled and spaces of everything, I'm actually going to go into the application. I'm going to look for that pay code and copy the pay code from there. So I know it's spelled and spaced and characters are the same, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to go into the setup and I'm going to go directly to the definition of pay codes. And I'm going to search for that one by using star, FALLEN. I believe that's how we had it spelled. Whoop.
Delete the last N.
The last N. Okay, so this one.
Yeah, that one.
Okay, so see how it's got the little ditty up there?
Yeah.
Sometimes I put them in there and sometimes I didn't when I created these. So it's very important to go here, copy it. And now I'm going to go over here. Oh, it is that one. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, the same one.
So anyway, if you needed to change it, you would just click it and it's already set to static text and you would just, paste the one that you just copied.
Okay.
Sometimes it changes. That's why I'm surprised it didn't change because it was 1. Okay, so now amount. We know by looking at our file that amount is in the 3rd column, 1, 2, 3, right? So that's what this says. Transfer from the source, which this file is going to be our source, and pull the amount from column 3. Okay. This one right here, because she's very familiar with the format that I need, that's why she's very good at putting things where they're supposed to go. Person number is always going to be in column 1. Sometimes if you're making something new or maybe Hasiel is sending you stuff, he might have the name and then the ID and something and then the amount. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
So yeah, so you will want to make sure that the values that you're looking for are in the field from the source file that you need. So person numbers in 1, we're setting the effective date and we're telling it what column to get the amount from, and we're naming the pay code that we're going to upload into everyone's time card.
Okay.
Okay, so we have all this. Now let's go over here. This is all set. You won't have to mess with the record tables. This is the actual pay code edit that's going to happen. And all we need to do is tell it the amount, the effective date, the person number, and the pay code name. If we had other information to add, yes, you could put in transfers and accrual overrides and all these other things. You can do all these things, but for the purposes of what we want to do, upload mass data, it's always going to be amount, effective date, person number, and the pay code name.
Okay.
Okay, so we want to make sure there's nothing here for qualifiers. Most of the time there isn't. And our output is going to be into the import. Okay, so now we have this and we're going to just close it out because we know it's good to go. So now we have to put this file where our link is going to look for it. So we're going to take it and we're going to put it in C Kronos interface MB.
Okay.
This is where, wait, take that back. We're looking for it in this file here.
Okay. Kronos in.
Yes, exactly. So we're going to cut it from here. We're going to go to, right now, this is what you're going to do. But, you know, of course, when we go to SAS, you're dropping it in the in folder, the in folder, yes.
The WIM in.
The WIM in, yes, because you're bringing a file into the system to process it.
Okay.
Okay, so here's our in folder here. We're just going to plop it there, and there it is. Okay. So it is in production. So we're just going to go ahead and run it because I know it's going to work. So Kronos in, there it is. Holy baloney. Okay, so this is pointing at AMSA right now. So I got to change. Yeah, see? Yeah. You see what I did?
Yeah, yeah.
So let me change this. And this is going to be, let me find it because I wrote it down so I would never forget. Where did I put it? Nope. Nope. Where did I put my info? Hold tight. WIM text setting. There you go. See, I put them all down right here because I didn't want to lose them. Because once I start changing them, I forget, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and my password is different here. It is one. And I got to change this as test, and I want production. So GDCUS SAP 131. Okay, so that's production. I'm going to test it to make sure it's success. Okay. So now that I have all this, I saved it. I have my file in production. That's where I put it. So now I'm just going to run it.
No, the name is source path file name.
The name. Thank goodness you're here, so you know what you're doing. Gee. Oops. Inbound.
No, inbound. Yeah.
Inbound. There we go. We're just going to copy it. I have to copy it because if I don't, then it won't be right. All right. I think we're good now. We are going to skip column 1. So, I mean, row 1, because that had the header on there. So we don't want that one. If data did not have a header, we want to make sure that's set to 0. That's important because you'll miss somebody, the first person, if you don't do that, if you don't have a header.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got our Kronos in, we've got our Paycode. Let's go over here and just make sure our API connections. I'm just going to refresh it just because we changed. Yes. We'll just go ahead and refresh the list. Kronos in. All right. Okay, here goes nothing.
Okay.
Well, here, let's do this. Before I run it, let us go to production and let's just pull it up to make sure there's nothing there right now. So this one is the special. So we want to go here and we are going for the previous pay period, but we want yesterday. And we want all of the people, and it is this column right here. So this is the Paycode column. Right now, there's nothing in there for yesterday.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So now we're going to run it. And within WIM, it's just going to run it, use the database, use the server, and just run everything in there. You don't even have to pipe it over as an interface or anything.
Okay.
But the reason you don't want it as an interface, but do you see how many changes I had to make?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this is something you would just do. So we're just going to view the log. It will pop up and we've got 0 errors, which that's good. It used the right file that we wanted. That's just what you call it. There it is. There it is. 557 people. Okay. So the log looks good. Now we're going to close this and now we're going to go back to production. And once I hear refresh, we should see data in this column. Voila.
Okay.
There you go.
Excellent.
So, yep. So once you have it here, that's when you say, okay, Adriana, the data is there. Can you please verify? And she will take 10 or whatever people and just go to make sure that the value that's in this column for, it's always, it's 104.5 for these people or 0.05. So everything's going to be easy. But a lot of times when she sends the data, it's different amounts. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
she will just check and verify a few people. And then once you have it there, then what I just do is I pretty much just leave the file where it is because that's the one I ran into production. So that's the one I want for you when you're in the SaaS environment. Wherever you put this on your server, just keep it there as it is, because maybe 2 months from now they can say, well, this employee didn't get uploaded. They didn't get their amount. And you can say, okay, this is the file I used. Let me go verify to see if they were on the file.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's good to save those things. At least that's what I do.
Okay.
Did all that make sense?
Yes, sure. Can you go back to Kronos and just to check the amount, the total amount?
57,955.85.
Yeah, that's correct.
Well, that's
I just
very
did a
good.
checksum.
That is very good.
Yeah.
Well, and then sometimes, yeah, Adriana's very good about giving you the correct data, but there may be a time where somebody was terminated and they got on the file by accident, and they didn't. They would still, we're uploading data, using the back door, so we don't care if they're terminated. They're going to get the amount, right? So they will have to go into the Paycode, the time card for that person and manually delete it. They may decide, okay, this person right here, well, we decided we didn't want that person to get this amount. They can go into the time card. All they're going to do is go into the time card and they can manually delete. So if you just did a mass update, right? If you did a mass update and you said, and they said, well, we had 10 people that were wrong. Can you, remove the data? 10 people, no, you go manually do that yourself.
Yeah.
But if you loaded everything and you said, okay, go verify, and they said, oh, well, it's wrong, all of it's wrong, then that's when you go grab this, this delete one. Where'd it go? Paycode delete right here, right? You're going to grab the Paycode delete. You're going to make sure that the function and variable set are the same as what you loaded. The effective date was today -1. The source amount was 3. The person amount was 1. The Paycode name was not retro. In this case, it was this one. Whoops, not that code, the other one.
Okay.
Right? I'm not going to save it anyway, but whatever that Paycode was, you will not have to change anything. The output is going to be the import still, and then of course you're going to change to the file that we just used. Once you do this and you have everything set and you save it, when you run it, it will go to the time card and it will delete these automatically.
Okay.
And you will see in the audit trail where you added it and where you deleted it. You'll see the import for add Paycode and you'll see the import for delete Paycode.
Okay, just I wonder why you use the date -1.
Oh, because so this right here and this one, okay, that's
in the insert. Yeah.
Yeah, let me go back to the insert real quick so we can. So I could have, where you go? Here it goes. I could have said, specific date. I could have gone here and said, just, give it the static text of, you know, 11/09/2020, right?
Yeah.
I could have, but I know that when I do a pay code insert, I need them to tell me which day it was. A lot of times they send me the file like today. And they'll say, can you just, make it effective for Saturday? If I already got this server date there, all I have to do is change this. Oh, you want it Saturday? That's 2 days prior, so I'm just going to change it to 2. So I don't have to worry about the format of the date.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's, I need it, it needs to be on a certain day or whatever. Then I know specifically which day, then I can free flow it and type it in. Either way is fine. Either way is fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always easy not to struggle with the date format.
Right. Especially, I have never done it there, of course, in Spanish. And I know that there's a, somehow, I don't know if it's the servers or if it's the browsers that automatically translate the format for you, because you guys do month, day, year, or day, month, year?
Day, month.
Yeah. See, and we always do month, day, year.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting when you go to do this.
Yeah, but sometimes it's crazy because even when we use day, month, if you put a wrong date and you put the month before,
Yeah.
but if you can confuse, but if you use, so you can see some dates with day, month, but if you put 24 or anything above 12,
Yeah,
then it changes. Excel is.
Oh, yeah. Well, in this case, let's just say that you were doing this there in Mexico and the server or the system interpreted this as September the 11th.
Yeah, I think it's a good trick to do
Yes. Well, it wouldn't have
current
loaded
date.
anyway. It wouldn't have loaded because September the 11th would have been signed off, right?
Yeah.
So every one of your records, it would have been 557 errors, cannot insert pay code into time card, signed off.
Yeah, but I see that is a good trick.
Yes. And then you would have said, oh, it's because of my date format.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
Okay.
it's pretty easy once you do it once or twice and everything. But just keep reminding them that yes, this is something that you can do, but advance notice is probably best. Like, did she just give you this file today?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, today is fine, but not tomorrow. You could be in 1,000 meetings,
Yeah.
and you don't, and then you
As
feel
today.
rushed. Yeah. Yes. Like today, and then you're going to feel rushed and you're going to, get a little flustered and you might not remember to do all the things that you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So just let them know that Monday is fine, but just, emergencies are emergencies, right?
Correct. Everything is an emergency.
Everything is an emergency.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Oh, I know. I had a question. You could probably stop recording now because you won't need this in your recording.